by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. I'm Jordan Prentice, and today I am here at the Tse'k'wa Historical Site, and I am joined by Alyssa Currie, the Executive Director of the Tse'k'wa Heritage Society, and today is winter solstice. Alyssa, thank you so much for joining me today. Please tell me, what does winter solstice mean to Tse'k'wa?
Well, the winter solstice, as you know, is the shortest day of the year. But for the Deneza communities, it also marks the return of the sun and a time of reflection and celebration where the dreamers shared with us that we should sing and dance with the songs of the dreamers in order to welcome the sun back from its winter home. And so that's what we're doing now. And the fire is also celebrating with us here today. We're having a campfire here today, and later we will be joined by one of our elders, Energeticcity, who's going to share some stories with us.
Well, that's awesome. And before I ask you my next question here, should we move so it's not blowing
I think if we just, yeah,
there we go. Okay, so Energeticcity is going to come here, you said, and tell some stories. That's really amazing. I had no idea that winter solstice was significant to Tse'k'wa at all.
Yeah, cool. It's always been, it's the midpoint of winter and an opportunity to sit down and gather around the fire and hear some of these stories. And so the last few weeks we've been busy meeting with some of our elders and sitting down and hearing some of these stories about the history of Tse'k'wa and its significance to them. So we're really excited that Jerry was able to join us on the solstice and come out as part of that, and that you were able to join us on the solstice.
Thank you, and thank you so much for this beautiful fire. It's actually keeping me very warm. It's a little bit chillier here than it is in town, so that's nice. Okay, so let's talk about 2023 as a whole here for Tse'k'wa. Most recently, Alpha Bowl hosted a professional bull riding event in Dawson Creek, and it raised $45,000 for Tse'k'wa. Tell me about that experience.
It was an incredible partnership. Alpha Bowl has supported us now 2 years in a row. They approached us and wanted to know how best to support Tse'k'wa and the National Historic Site here in Charlie Lake. And what we said was that, we not only needed to raise awareness about the site, but we also needed to raise some operational funding. And so this partnership is the second year in a row that Alpha Bowl has brought together industry and government and First Nations communities and our chiefs and councils and everyone in the community to come together in support of Tse'k'wa. And that $45,000 is an exceptional gift for us that's really going to help us implement the programming that we need to do at the site and welcome the public.
Well, that's really amazing. And then earlier this year in the summertime on National Indigenous Peoples Day, Ovintiv presented the Tse'k'wa Heritage Society with a check for $400,000. I was actually fortunate enough to be here that day. It was a really beautiful day, beautiful ceremony with the Doig River drummers, of course. Tell me about that experience.
Well, we have been very blessed this year, having our industry and our neighbors come together for that celebration. It was actually the first time since we'd started our renovations 2 years ago that we were able to host a large community event. And so that was really exceptional. And to have it capped off with that check presentation, it ensures that Tse'k'wa is sustainable in the long term, and that we can continue to do some of the fantastic developments like our amphitheater that we're sitting in right now.
And we were talking before the interview about how Tse'kwa things are happening here year round.
Yes. So a lot of people seem to think that because the grass is no longer green that we shut down for winter, and actually the opposite is true. Like I mentioned, that
it's
smoke
just following you.
the winter is traditionally a time for gathering and storytelling, and so we've been using the opportunity to do some archival research. We're working with the local museum to update their Tse'k'wa exhibit, and we've also been doing quite a few elder interviews talking about Tse'k'wa, and that was supported by First Peoples Cultural Council. We wouldn't have been able to do that without them, and it's been really special for me to hear what Tse'k'wa means to these elders and to these different community members.
That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. And any other highlights from 2023 that we might have missed?
Gosh, well, it's been such an exciting year. We've had so many fantastic infrastructure developments. We've been working on new curriculum for the school visits and really gearing up for being able to welcome the public next year in the spring to do, welcome back the school tours. We're excited to have the school kids back and more of our community back in this fantastic place, this Chondabucho, this good place.
And is that kind of the big thing that's going to happen in 2024, or is there anything else that you have in the works?
Oh, we have lots of exciting things in the works. We are working on a major project to gain our artifact repository status with the BC Archaeology Branch. We're hoping to have that complete by the end of winter. And with that will come the repatriation of the Tse'k'wa collection. So we've been working with SFU, and all of the materials that were originally excavated from Tse'k'wa in the 80s and 90s will be returned back to the community, back to Tse'k'wa. So that's an exciting development. The fire is really
excited
too, enthusiastic about that. We also have our field school with UNBC coming up again. We're going to be doing an exciting project with a major funder that I can't, I'll tease just right now, but we will be making an exciting announcement about some work that's going to be happening early next summer. And so, we're so excited for all the things we have going on. It will definitely be another very busy year for us.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what 2024 has in store for Tse'k'wa. I can't wait to hear what's going to happen.
Thank you. Many happy returns and happy solstice.
Oh, thanks. Happy solstice to you as well, Alyssa. And thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolutely.
Folks, you've been watching the Community Roundup, brought to you by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. I'm Jordan Prentice, and today I have been joined by Alyssa Currie. Alyssa is the Executive Director of the Tse'k'wa Heritage Society. Make sure to keep your ears and eyes open for all the exciting things that are going to happen here next year. We'll see you next time.